Hey everybody, it's Irving here, with my token black. No, it's my good friend Adam. Sarah is a little under the weather, so she's not with us tonight. You're going to get not one, but two helpings of Star Wars reviews. Chipmunks was not playing tonight.
Damn.
I know, right? Sucks. Thank God, because I would have gone to suck and see it. So Brad and Dave are going to come out. They had a little bit later showing than we did, so they're going to come out and talk about it a little bit. So, of course, we saw Star Wars, The Force Awakens. I have to compose myself a little bit, because...
Yeah, keep it together, Brian. Keep it together.
This probably has one of the biggest shocks since Vader was revealed as Luke's father. Easily, because there was nothing really shocking in the first three besides how
bad they were.
Sucked. You really don't want to get too involved in this because obviously you guys are going to go see it. It basically, I can tell you, it revolves around the search for Luke. I'll say that. That's about the search for Luke sets things into motion. There's an incident and Luke is left, and so we start out obviously with these newer characters going through this motions. Damn, it's really gonna suck trying not to reveal anything in this movie.
Movie moves pretty fast, slow at the beginning. It is definitely satisfying. The nostalgia is good, but it doesn't overtake the movie. There is an actual story.
Yeah.
And I don't think this is too spoilery. The subtitle of the film should be "Come on back in 2 years, bitches." Yeah, it's definitely. They were talking about setting up a new trilogy, and this one definitely leaves you wanting more. Perfectly.
The ending just is great, and I can't. I wish it was 2017 now.
Yeah, I'm ready. I'm ready.
This sucks now. You got a 2-year layoff.
So you guys can watch it 15 times before 2017 gets here.
Yeah, of course, man.
There ain't nothing wrong with that.
This may be the first Blu-ray I wear out. I'm trying to think. It's when you talk about nostalgia, there's a lot of in-jokes towards the previous 4, 5, and 6. I don't remember there being a lot of 1, 2, and 3 prequel stuff, but there's actually quite a bit as far as references to the first 3 movies, 4, 5, and 6. You're right. There's a lot of nostalgia there. The scene that's in the trailer that when Han and Chewie finally get back on the Millennium Falcon and say we're home, that kind of stuff.
Can I just say that I'm glad that the black man is in the movie and is a real character. And
they're all real.
Yeah, everyone's real. Everyone's fleshed out. It'll be fun and interesting to get to know these people as this new trilogy, progresses.
The new rule of Star Wars is diversity. So you've got a strong black lead and a strong female lead. Lead,
amazing. Which J.J. Abrams is known for. It's not Felicity. Don't worry. It's not Felicity running around in there.
Think more Alias.
Yes.
Think more Jennifer Garner.
Yes.
A little action-packed. Rey is going to be one of those fantastic female characters. Somebody you can look up to. I don't want to say feminist because I think that's a little passé, but
a little cheesy. But
she's a strong female who knows where she is and what she's doing, and doesn't let anybody get in the way. There's a couple scenes where Boyega's character Finn kind of panders a little bit, those kind of sexist type things, there's fair sex, and she just kind of pushes it aside, no problem. And eventually he stops doing that. Yeah. He eventually just starts to see her as an equal. They kind of take turns helping each other out, saving each other. There's no real power struggle though. They have equal footing.
Yeah, she takes care of her business. He takes care of his business. It's For as a non-Star Wars fan, I'm getting ready to get put off the video for that one. I'm very, very impressed with the beginning here. It's great to see with an engaged audience.
Oh yeah.
So don't bootleg it. Don't wait for it to come out on video. Go to the theater and see this movie.
And I would definitely stay off of social media until you see it.
Yes.
Because some dick is gonna spoil.
It. Yeah. Don't. Yeah. If you can turn off Facebook and your Twitter, yes. Just get to the theater.
And it's one of those things where there's emotional impact in this movie that if you're told ahead of time, it will ruin it.
It will.
It will very much ruin the parts of the movie that really get to you. It'd almost be like someone, the emotional impact of learning that Vader is Luke and Leia's father. That kind of thing, if told ahead of time, it's kind of like the same thing in this movie. If somebody tells you ahead of time certain scenes, certain things going on, you will lose the emotional impact. Some won't, but it definitely will be not as impactful.
Take off work tomorrow. Call into work tomorrow. I see. I want to. I'm not going to say it. You can't do it. Nope. No spoiler-free zone.
I had the same type of reaction tonight that I had when I was 7 years old, and Vader said, "I am your father."
It's a big one. It's a big,
very, very big. And it's been a very long time. Like, I think the last time I was that emotionally impacted, this is going to sound bad, was at 12 Years a Slave. Like, from a movie. I mean, there's been really good movies I've seen. As far as the emotional engagement and just the shock. Yeah, 12 Years a Slave, where I just had to sit there and kind of take a moment to compose myself.
Pull yourself back together.
Yeah, exactly.
Which he hasn't done yet.
No, not completely. No, and I probably won't for a little bit. But aside from that, Adam Driver as Kylo Ren is actually really fantastic.
There really wasn't a weak link in the movie from even the annoying King Joffrey type guy didn't get on the nerves too much.
Was it Dom Hall? Is it the general?
Yes.
Yeah, Hux. I really liked that they have a villain that's supremely flawed. With Vader, you had the strong, no holds barred, take charge guy
coming for you every time.
Because you've seen Vader transition. We all know it. So but when you first see Vader, if you haven't seen the prequels, you don't see that vulnerability that was always there, that is exposed later on when he starts talking to Luke and starts to kind of draw back to the light.
Get it first. You get it pretty quickly from Adam Driver. You
do. He's a very conflicted individual. And the new big bad is Supreme Leader Snoke, voiced by Andy Serkis.
Oh, okay, that's all right.
Yeah, it was Andy Serkis. His voice seems a little bit different in the movie than it was in the trailer. Because he's the one that says there's been an awakening. Have you felt it? It's more gravelly in the trailer. It's a little bit more subdued in the movie. But I liked it. I mean, he's dark, it's mysterious. You know nothing about this character. And you obviously we're probably not going to see anything about this character until this trilogy starts to wrap up.
They got so many places they can go.
Oh yeah. And he's got a kind of a new. He's a new emperor basically. He's the new Palpatine.
Yep.
And I mean it works. It does. And then like I said, Kylo Ren's character, or Adam Driver, his emotional range throughout this movie is actually pretty good.
Pretty good.
And you can tell he's not a complete Sith Lord or anything like that. He has emotion sways like crazy.
Yeah. Well,
temper tantrums. I've never seen aside from the Force choking from Vader, people having such temper tantrums using their lightsaber. I'm going to say that's all I'm going to say about that. He has a few of those moments where he uses his emotion too much at times. Not saying in being a bad part of the movie, but his emotions overtake him throughout this movie. Oh man,
can't talk about it. My favorite part of the movie is the ending. I can't say anything about it though. Nothing. I will say nothing, but it is by far it is for me. It is the moment of the movie is the end.
Yeah, it definitely is. The build up for everything in this movie is leading to this ending for this movie, not the trilogy.
I don't even know how
Clapping.
long was it.
I mean,
I thought that.
I think it went in clock 2 hours and 16 minutes, so not too terribly long.
When all the characters that you love show up, you just join in with the rest of the movie going people and clap along with them. Because it's gotta happen.
Every character. Well, every old character, I should say. When Han and Chewie show up, when Leia finally shows up.
Carrie Fisher actually being lucid. J.J. Abrams deserves the Oscar for getting her lucid. She
was probably on a strict no alcohol diet. I don't know. She's spoken out about how she hated what they made her do. About losing weight and exercising. I don't know what she thought she was going to be doing. She's going to be running on the bridge fighting. No, Carrie, you got to. we don't want you slave Leia, but we don't want you Jabba either. We want you somewhere. We want you to look like a normal human being, which she looked like a normal human being before, but she looked well. I mean, you watch shows and whatnot, and I think she had an HBO special not too long ago where she did look kind of rough.
Yeah, doesn't know she's on Earth.
So, I don't know how excited she was to come back and play Leia, but I mean, she brings it back. Yeah. I mean, it's like she never left.
And I hope she continues through the rest of the films because there's stuff that can be done with her.
Oh, I think
story that can be told with her as the trilogy continues. I hope she is,
Oh yeah, there's a strong connection.
Yeah, as excited to come back because she can make it better. She made this movie better.
Yeah, she was definitely good in this. I will say, none of the original characters outside of Han are given loads of screen time. They're obviously passing the torch. And I don't know if that's because they think Harrison Ford's just a maybe better actor, but in the pacing of the story, it actually works really well.
It does. He's the perfect character to kind of hold the film down while we get used to the new characters.
And he's still pretty quippy.
Yes.
You look at him, and he's like, oh yeah, he's older in a little bit, but then he flashes those old Han Solo one-liners. You're like, yep, that's the guy we know and love. I'm trying to think what as far as the nostalgia, the big base they call it the Star Killer. It's basically it's a huge Death Star. It's what it is. It's an interesting way it's powered. I'm not going to say it. It was cool. I was actually like, that's actually a neat idea. Because you don't get that with the originals like the Death Star. You don't get, oh, well, that's got to take a lot of power. I wonder where that comes from. With this thing, it shows you exactly where the power comes from.
And it's, like I said, it's another big end.
And it's definitely fits evil. Trying to think what else, man. It was
a lot. I'm actually looking forward to this one again. I think this one's going back in and just getting another ticket for the 1020 show.
Oh man, I wish I could. We didn't see it in 3D. That's the other thing. Brad and Dave are actually going to see it in 3D, so you'll get a little bit different perspective whether or not the 3D works.
They'll come out like this.
I mean, there's not much more to say as far. You will go see this movie. I know you all will.
Do it quickly.
Yeah, or stay off social media until you get a chance to see it. I don't think most people will be respectful, but there's always that one dick who's just going to be like, "Oh yeah, by the way,
this is what happened."
And if somebody's already done that and you've seen it, I'm terribly sorry because that sucks.
Yeah.
That sucks big time.
You're ruining a good movie for people because this is some good stuff.
Yeah, this. I was watching the Rotten Tomatoes reviews, and I was there for episode 1 in 99, 16, 17, I can't remember how old I was.
Like I told you, Buffy the Vampire Slayer was still on. That's how long ago that was.
And the hype, I don't know, it could have been as big. I think the hype for this would be bigger. Only because I think of the changing of the guard after what happened with the prequels. But I remember going into that movie super pumped and coming out just kind of going, what did I just watch?
Ooh, one spoiler. No Jar Jar.
Yeah, no Jar Jar. Jar Jar's not in this movie. A lot of different aliens, but they've got a Mos Eisley Cantina type scene where they bring in a bunch of different aliens. Which is kind of
a trap guy in there? Is that who that was?
Akbar.
Yeah.
Akbar's,
It's a trap!
Yeah, he doesn't say that.
He didn't say that.
I'm waiting for him to say that in one of these other movies, but...
Theater would have went nuts if he would have said it.
I think Nien Nunb, I can't remember, I can never pronounce his name right, who was piloting the Millennium Falcon in Return of the Jedi with Lando when they're going after against the Death Star. I think that's him, or, I mean, it's one of his species in one of the X-Wings. I kind of hope it is, because that's kind of cool.
What was the name of the lady, the little short lady that reminded me of...
Maz.
Yeah. Reminded me of the costume designer from The Incredibles.
Edna Mode?
Yes.
Okay. Well, even with the glass... Yeah, that's true. I didn't think about that, but now that's it. Now I'm going to see Edna Mode all the time.
Was that Lupita?
That's Lupita Nyong'o.
Okay. I thought so.
Who, they were talking about how her role was cut down a little bit because she was having difficulty with the motion capture, but it seemed to me like she was fine.
She seemed pretty all right with it.
So I think that may have just been maybe a rumor or something. I don't think she was ever supposed to have a huge role.
No.
She plays a vital role, but it's never. I don't think it was ever meant to be like, this is going to be one of these great characters coming back.
She probably won't come back. She doesn't need to.
No, she doesn't. She's pretty much served her purpose. And we haven't even talked about the last of the new characters, Poe, who is oh my god, his fucking name.
Poe. Who's Poe?
Poe Dameron, the X-Wing pilot.
Oh,
Oscar Isaac.
Oscar
Isaac, thank you. Just looking at you, I'm like, that's good. It's Oscar Isaac. He's fantastic.
Yes, he is.
I actually was disappointed he wasn't in the movie more. Because he's kind of, if they're putting people into roles, I think he's kind of going to fit into the Han Solo mold.
I was just thinking the same thing.
Yeah, he's very, very quippy. He said it himself when he described his character. He's the best fighter pilot in the galaxy, and goddamn, is he ever in this movie?
We forgot. Yeah, we'll see more of him. Yeah, definitely.
I mean, Oscar Isaac is a fantastic actor anyway. And that's the nice thing is getting people that can act. Not to say that like Luke and Leia. I mean, Harrison Ford has had obviously a great career.
You're right though. Good people that can act that are not trying to come in and Meryl Streep the movie and and turn it into their big acting showcase. They just want to service the story.
Right. And because that was kind of the acting is nice. It's not wooden. Everybody has an emotional arc. They're not just you're breaking my heart, Anakin.
Oh my God.
You were the chosen one.
I could have been a contender.
This is
I don't know
here
where
we
we're
go.
going.
Tangents, gotta love
I
it.
don't know where we're going.
But yeah, Poe's character is definitely. He's a very well done character. Obviously, you've seen parts where he gets captured. Obviously, there's a scene in the trailer. See, this is how I'm basically saying, I can talk about this a little bit because we've seen the trailer where he's getting interrogated. He's kind of a smartass. I won't say much, but he holds his own.
Definitely another good character, a good new character that adds something to the new story that they're telling.
Not just a throwaway character where you're like, okay, he's in, he's out. No, he'll be a very good character. And I'd like to see more space battles if they're going to use him more. More dogfighting. There was actually some really good.
There were some nice ones.
Dogfights in this movie, and well choreographed. All the flight scenes, the scene that's also in the trailer with the Millennium Falcon being pursued by the TIE fighters is well shot. Yes. Everything that kind of blends seamlessly.
Got some nice lightsaber battles in there for you.
There's actually some really good lightsaber battles, surprisingly, for a bunch of people who, at this point in their lives in the movies, haven't had much, besides Kylo, haven't had much training with these lightsabers. But they handle themselves pretty well. And, trying to think what else. Like, what do you think, like, special effects wise? I mean, there was a lot of practical stuff. Like, they tried to do BB-8 as practical as possible, and it definitely shows.
I thought the special effects were on point. Not, just they didn't really overtake anything, but they definitely were. They were good. They were good. It was. I'm surprised that the movie that is so big is actually so restrained all at the same time.
Right.
Because it could have just been.
Yeah, it could have been Lucas CGI explosion all over again.
It's not that at all.
And I think it's a lot of what's in this movie is J.J. Abrams going back and looking at the prequels and seeing, and as a fan himself, realizing there was a lot of stuff that just didn't work, and then the massive amount of CGI, for the most part, was unnecessary and really hindered the movies. So this is practical as much as possible. Obviously, not everything they do, and I don't think they're going to use models as much as they did back in the day, but there's actually a lot of practical stuff in the movie. And then when they do switch to CGI, it's not terrible.
It's not
now,
awful.
10 years from now, we could go back and look at it like we do some of the, like the prequels.
Kind of like watching the special effects in Back to the Future.
Oh, God, Back to the Future. Or like Independence Day. Like Spider-Man. Yeah. I mean, some of the CGI in Spider-Man does not hold up. It's shit. Which is great that it's a character-driven piece. It's they need Peter to bring it back down to be like, look at this. There's no way that's happening right now. With this, you can you get involved, and the transitions aren't rough. Yeah. They're pretty good. They're almost seamless. It doesn't take you out of the film when you're watching these scenes. Like with the TIE fighters chasing Millennium Falcon, it doesn't take you out of the movie. You get engrossed by it, and that's the way you should do CGI. Is it shouldn't take you away from the film, which is a lot of films, if it's done poorly, it will
just take you out of it completely.
And this did not.
J.J. Abrams did a good job, well directed job. I mean, he didn't. This ain't my Mad Max, but he did a good job. He did a good job.
What do you think? You think which one you think is better?
Oh, I'm sorry, y'all. Mad Max is better. Fury Road is fantastic. I'm sorry. This is good, and this is really good, and it's not really a love letter to the fans because they're telling story here, but it definitely, I think, any fan that is logical and reasonable will be very satisfied by this movie.
Definitely.
And punched in the gut too. That's all.
It was coming down, and you did it. You did it again. No. Obviously, I mean, if you're not going to see this movie, you more than likely have no interest in seeing it, regardless
you
of one
don't
way or
want
another.
And you're probably going to see it pretty soon, too. You're not waiting. I mean,
I wouldn't wait.
Nope, don't wait.
I mean, and I'm probably going to go see it. No, I'm definitely going to see it again.
You got to take your wife.
I do.
I can't be your date twice.
I don't know that I want to get an emotional gut check again, maybe. But I will definitely go see this movie more than once.
Yeah, today's Thursday? Yeah, by next Thursday, you should be seeing this film a second time. If you were watching this video,
you probably should. This weekend should be packed to the gills. If you like Star Wars, this is the movie you want to go see. And if you like Star Wars, show it. This is the put up or shut up. I mean, I don't think everybody out there was not going to see it, but if you want this direction, if you go into this movie
support this movie.
Yeah, you support this movie. I mean, don't pirate it. Don't
pay your money.
Pay the money multiple times if you can. If you like it, of course. I mean, if you hate it, which I would be very surprised. There'll be a few people out there like, oh, you can't like it.
But give it a fair shot.
Yeah,
give it a fair shot. Non-Star Wars fan here gave it a fair shot, and I really like it.
Yeah, it's definitely a fun thrill ride. It's what Star Wars should be. It's what we should have gotten with the prequels. Ugh. And we're bogged down with way too much
CGI
intrigue and politics.
Politics and...
politics is...
Jake Lloyd running around. What was he doing?
I'm a pilot! Wonder what this does. If you're a fucking pilot, you should know what that button fucking does, jackass! You're the most powerful force user in the fucking world, and you don't know what a fucking launcher is. God damn.
Wasn't Natalie Portman just standing there looking at him crazy at one point? Just like, what are you doing?
I think she looked at him the whole trilogy like that, just like
what?
Like what? Really? Is that really? She's like, you're kind of stalkerish right now.
We again have gone off on a tangent. Oh well.
No, I mean it's still
Natalie
Star Wars.
Portman. So
yeah, it's my girl Natalie. Sorry, honey. Yeah, I mean, that's pretty much what I can say. I mean, I cannot tell you enough times to go see this movie. I don't think you'll be disappointed.
Nope.
And I was very tempered in my expectations of this movie, even when I was reading like the reviews, and they've been fantastic reviews across the board. I think there was like something like 240, 250 reviews, and this movie was sitting at like a 94 on Rotten Tomatoes, which normally when that many reviews comes out, you start to see the score drop
to go down. My enthusiasm went up when I saw that the New York Times gave it a rave. I didn't read the review because I don't like to read reviews before I see movies, but when the New York Times gave it a rave, I was like, okay, JJ's coming with something. And he did.
Trying to think, and we didn't get many trailers. We got
no
2. Was it 2 trailers?
That movie with old girl from Kick-Ass, The Fifth Wave.
Chloe Grace Moretz.
Yes,
yeah.
And I can't even remember the other trailer.
Fantastic Beasts.
Yes.
Where to find them. The prequel.
They got to change that title. Somebody tell them to change that title.
They're not going to change that title. That's the book title. They're not going to change that, unfortunately. So that one is kind of... I may go see it. I'm kind of Harry Pottered out a little bit after 8 movies. I never did read the prequel book, this Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them. So I don't know exactly how much story's in it. So maybe, I'm sure people will comment and tell me, oh, it's great, or whatever.
You should read it. I'm not going to. Sorry. Not for me.
I read the Harry Potter stuff. I like the Harry Potter stuff, and I like the movies. I don't know that I don't know that this movie was necessary, but I'm sure it's going to make...
They could have gave me an Apocalypse trailer on the big screen.
Well, we were waiting for it, because we thought, we had heard it was going to be in front of this, but yeah, we got the 2 trailers, and they were like, boom, time to get in the
started at 7:35.
Oh, no! Oh, God! People are around. This is scary.
We got a guest commentator.
They're coming to kill it. No. Anyway, so Brad and Dave are out there right now because their movie must have just gotten out. So I think we're just gonna head out and let them talk about their feelings on it, how the 3D was.
Hope everyone enjoys it.
You should go. You should enjoy it.
You will.
I think so too. So, till next time.